So this is a local vegetable field in China. See, they've got small plots where people informally grow vegetables. Some people do this for a hobby, some people do this for exercise, some people do this because I don't think they know what else to do with their time. So a lot of old people like to come and have a little plot. Some people probably do this because they don't have a lot of money. However, I do know that there are some wealthy people who like to have a sidey as well, just for the pleasure of being outside, growing things, etc. What I really find interesting about the sidey is the politics of the sidey is interesting. This area last year, this whole area was very lush and carefully tended, and then it was flattened by bulldozers from the people who were building these apartments here, and now it's been left alone for a couple of months. People are starting to come back and tend the land again, and at the moment you can see a lady over here who's clearing the rubble from a piece of land. It's quite warm today, it's about 25, 26 degrees. They don't usually work in this kind of heat, so I imagine that she's got some pressing need or burning desire to go and tend a tidy. So it's quite humid as well as being warm. And I think essentially what this woman's doing here, and she's probably, I think she's at least, I'd say mid-60s, possibly 70. This is a revolutionary act, and I would say arguably only the valid revolutionary act. It looks like she's going to go home for a bit of lunch now. Because she's going to grow some food for herself on a piece of land that she doesn't have a legal right to, and therefore her existence and sustenance is out of the control of others, and she's taking control of her own life, destiny, etc. Potentially living outside the economic system. Obviously those are kind of very extreme perspectives, but in general that's what she's doing. She's not working for somebody else, she's not paying taxes, and that's a big part of why the tidies are being fairly systematically destroyed, certainly in this area, as the land is modernized and these apartments are built that are obviously worth millions to the already local rich people the local people who are already rich, government, etc. But there's no space in those communities for growing food. I also like the tidy because it gives us some space for wildlife. There's a bee buzzing around down here. And in general, the environment in the Chinese cities is very hostile to any form of wildlife, whether it's insects, wildflowers, and lots of chemicals are used to kill pretty much all insects everywhere, apart from in the tidies. So yeah, this is a village. I guess this is an example of a village that was probably built in the 80s. There's some factories here that are also probably from the 80s. This one looks a little bit more modern. But ultimately it's building apartments like this. I mean, in this view, we're probably looking at 100,000 apartments. So if 100,000 apartments worth £100,000 each, it's a hell of a lot of money. However, it's kind of the, and that's obviously why China has become so rich. It's creating wealth, isn't it? It's instant asset creation. Also keeps people busy. I don't think it provides that many jobs actually, but it provides a lot of profit for the main companies. People providing cement, people hiring equipment. Those companies are making a fortune. Whether it offers the long-term benefits of allowing people to grow their own food, in a getting the exercise, enjoyment of living, etc. And obviously in most countries you can't go to a piece of common land or a piece of unused land and grow vegetables like this. I think that's what makes the caidis kind of unique. It's a cultural phenomena, so it also makes me realise how deeply ingrained into Chinese culture growing food is, and it's just about being independent. So this woman was probably, if she's 70 years old, then in 1960 she was 10 years old. She probably had times when she was very hungry, saw the effects of famine. If she was 20 in 1970, peak cultural revolution, that was obviously an intense time to be alive, and being able to have some independence. Probably means an awful lot to her, and I wish my Chinese was good enough so that I could ask her exactly what's going on in her mind and why she's motivated to do this. But yeah, in a time when lots of people are talking about what's a revolution, what does freedom mean, etc., I really think this is just a perfect example of political action without words that is an escape from the system, and that's the answer pretty much to everything. You know, if you want to change the world, then just go and grow your own vegetables and detach from the system. This is, I think, what a revolution looks like.